so they discovered that Oyotunji Village existed here. And after speaking with one of the producers, I realized that they wanted to add in something with a little more beef, so to speak. And that beef would be a culture, some real culture, because ultimately these are Hollywood producers, but they wanted something with some good culture. And of course, Oyotunji has always been a part of productions that would air on national, international television to help facilitate and getting the word out about certain things and getting people interested. It's always been a way that we've done business here. And so we were just looking for women in the culture who wanted to go on this particular trip to share in what Yoruba women do, or what Yoruba women's or traditional West African or Alkebulan women would do, how they would do things and approach life situations differently. And so we have about, I believe there's 5 women from Egbe Moremi that are going to take the journey and be a part of the film experiment and production. And we look for it to be rather educational of a program. It's an educational program nonetheless, but and then also we are going to implement the men's part in this is that they have to go and do collective jobs in the community, build things. And one of the major necessities in the Yamasee community is a train station. And this particular train station is from the early days, from the horse and wagon days, and they want to rebuild it. And so the production company put up some money for materials and the like, and so a lot of the men from the area are going to be on site working together on that particular project. And then they wanted to implement the Oyotunji Dokwe. The Dokwe is a work collective of men that get together and build things. So anything you see built in Oyotunji was built by the Dokwe, which is a group of men who get together and help each other, help single families, help the king, help the community, the tourist office, or whatever, build structures and the like. And so they wanted to implement that into their story as well. And so generally it's a story that shows community in America and bonding between men and the importance of women. And so that's what that post was about. The post that was, I guess it was a little misleading, maybe, but at the end of the day, I did let people know if they needed more information to inbox me. And the people who did inbox were actually the people who were going to go and be a part of that film production.
Yeah, it was a little misleading. And a little like, okay, what's going on here? Because it was like we want 3 women over the age of 18 for all exclusive paid vacation for a week, but you got to leave from the village, and it's right after the Shango Festival. And I'm like, okay, that's leaving a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
So
I'm a filmmaker myself, and lots of times I'm interested in film projects. And in putting that out there, I wanted people to be excited. I wanted people to be interested and to really write in, as opposed to just putting the comment like, okay, great, or what have you, or just comment on it. So it did work. I really did get the 5 people that we were looking for, traditional women to call in. They're available. They are able to go and travel and be a part of the vacation, and all the best to them. But no men are going to go on this vacation. It's all females.
Yeah, some people, went straight for the gutter, like, what's they into? But anyway, we have another caller on the line, but I did want to clear that up. It's just the week the women went. No, I'm being honest. The week the women went, if you Google that or you go to YouTube, you can see some video of it, and I'll try to put some up on my Facebook page too. Will they do anything in Oyotunji, any type of project in Oyotunji?
Well, yes, they came. The film production, the cameras came for Oshun Festival. They'll be here for Shango Festival, and different times they will be shooting different things around Oyotunji. Because what they found was that the local people, and I don't want to put Biliga or make your caller have to wait too long, But they found that the local people in Yamasee, when they said, "Oh, do y'all know about the African Village?" And it was like, "Oh no, I ain't go down to that village because they do the voodoo. You know, they do that African thing down there. I ain't go down there. You know, I heard about it, or I heard if you go down to the village, you can't come out. You know, so part of the mystique has intrigued the filmmakers to try to bridge a gap, you know, to get a little community work done in the midst of all this film production between ourselves and the local community. So those women who will be going on the trip will be the mouthpiece for many Yoruba women worldwide and within the country on a very public forum, which is the BBC.
Yes, I'm just going to let you know, I wish you would have called me personally, but that's okay. I forgive you.
Okay, Osaremi. Okay.
Okay, I'm calling 443. You're on the air with Kavier C. Do you have a question or comment? 443?
Yes, Kavier C. How are you?
Hello.
This is Prince Faladay. I was Shemo from Baltimore. I haven't seen you in a few years. I think the last time you was up here was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago for the Yoruba, I think it was the Youth Yoruba Festival or something of that nature.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So how you been doing?
I've been doing fine, Prince. How about yourself? Yeah, you could come on here and tell some things about me because you've known me since I've been a child.
Well,
yeah, you probably can.
It's been a while since I've been down to the village, so I do owe you a visit. And I was listening to you talk about all the wonderful things that you've been doing, so I've really been excited about that. And one thing I really want to commend the village on is the rites of passage, especially for men, that y'all have been doing for who knows how long ever. I remember going through some of the things myself, especially especially when I got initiated in the Gungun about 20 years ago.
I share. Yeah,
so,
I recall.
And I still remember you when you was a teenager back then. Probably might have been barely a teenager then.
Barely, probably. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just glad to see that the village is continuing its mission, and that you now sit on the throne and bringing new youth and life into the village. I think which is so much important to move things forward. And I think it's important to say that you reflect a cultural father, and that lineage of things continue to go forward into this new millennium, and this is very, very important. I was very honored and pleased to know your father and what he had accomplished, and as a matter of fact, my first introduction to Ifa was through him. And so many others. And if he wouldn't have been there, then that introduction probably may not have happened. So this is, I think, is important of why the village is crucial. And there was a very good conversation that I was having with several Ifa priests, Babalaos, on Facebook around this issue of having our own, the communal spirit, where is it practiced at. And I do think Oyotunji reflects one of those places where people are truly trying to practice African spirituality, Orisha practice in a communal sense, and the power that comes out of that. And, as you know, I have a temple here in Baltimore that's been here for about 12 years.
Yeah, and I have been getting your invitations that you send me, every last one of them.
Yes, thank you. So,
and when
you would grace us with your presence.
For myself, in my particular position in life now, I could have never remembered the time when I could say that, the future of Yoruba culture, I would be getting invitations to some Yoruba festival somewhere. Because to tell you the truth, when I was a child, of course, growing up in America, it's hard to see both sides of the fence. I thought my father was out of his mind. To be quite be frank with you, because I just didn't see it. I said, look, we're in America, we got this village, and we have to wear these clothes, and we have to talk like this, and we have to do this. It was a challenge as a youth growing up with both cultures tugging at your, jockeying for your attention. And so when I did visit you in Baltimore and others, is very amazing, and it's a sweet spot for myself. I think I would be able to see that, and the Oba has ascended already, and now it's becoming evident.
Well, and I think this is the key of what people need to see of how this practice can regenerate our people, and I think that was one of the key messages that your father left us, was this idea of, our regeneration, our rebirth as a people would come through the practice of Orisha practice, and having our own and reflecting that, I think, is a very key message. So, again, I just wanted to call just to greet you. I know it's been a long time since we've talked, but we do have to talk. I do have to greet you officially and come down to the village and just honor you and bring some of my people as well to just honor you and honor what the village is doing.
Please do so. We appreciate your support, your spiritual support.
Yeah, it's definitely there, and I just want you to know, all hail to the chiefs of the village. I know many are transitioning, and I didn't get a chance to see some of them. It's been so long, sometimes as time passes, and just don't get a chance to see everybody or greet everybody. But they're always with us, and they have done so much and left so much to us in understanding Orisha. And so, and you standing there to keep things going. And also greetings to your wife. It's been a long time since I've talked to her as well, too.
Indeed.
Just keep up the work. You'll hear from me. And I heard you was in films, and I wanted to tell you that I also do a little film. I actually have a production company in Nigeria. So we definitely have to get together on some collaborative projects and maybe put some together and continue with this whole process of reintroducing, regenerating the culture here in America. I do play. Thank you again.
I do play football.
Take it easy. Okay, then. Odabo. Yeah,
indeed. Just as the Prince elaborated on men's society training and rites of passage. But first, he also said that he gives much props and respect and love and appreciation to those chiefs and elders. Because lots of people like to focus on the Oba or the president or the like or the Orisha, but at the same time, you have to also give most of the credit to those people who did all of the footwork, the elders, those people who were side by side with the king doing his handiwork, as it were. And so we give much love and respect to all of those who have transitioned and all of those who continue today. We live in solidarity, basically. But in terms of rites of passage, that is one of the most important institutions and long-running institutions in Oyotunji, is the conditioning and preparing men physically and, for the most part, mentally. It is very difficult to prepare a person mentally within the time frame of Akikonju, but at the same time, it gives them a reference point of what men do and how you have to prove yourself to a community before you allowed to the females, before you allowed to the good life, before you allowed the life of a married man or a man to own property in your community. You had to prove yourself first. And so in Oyotunji Akikonju, which is loosely translated to courage, that particular Akikonju Egbe or society was implemented so that the young men would have an opportunity to display their strength, girth, and their determination to the community by completing a list of 20 different activities. One of the major things on the list is a 40-mile journey. You have to walk 20 miles to Beaufort and 20 miles back to Oyotunji. And so that's a time when you spend time alone in your own head and you walk a long journey to clear your mind and understand where you want to go and what you want to do and the like. And then there's, like I said, there's 19 other